Thank you for starting your week with us. I am Pepe.
I'm Pepe.
And you are watching Complexity News. Let's start. First up today, Camilo Hernandez School has begun today the Cultural Week. Let's see what Jose has to say about it.
Hey, hello, Pepe and Pepon. That's okay. As you see here in Camilo Hernandez School, it's taking place fantastic activities which involve students, teachers, and parents. The activities, the manual arts, everything is taking place here just because that fantastic cultural week. I have with me one of the parents, one of the parents in charge with this activity. Hello.
Hello.
What do you think about this event?
Okay, I support this event due to the fact that it is a fun and interesting way to obtain some knowledge about Sierra de Gata. And it's good, it's fine.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I would like to ask one of the most important motors in this kind of activities, the head director of Camilo School. This is the Victoria, and Victoria, please. Could you please explain us what do you want to obtain with that kind of activity? What do you want to obtain it with your children?
Through this cultural week, we encourage children to get some knowledge about Sierra de Gata. And they are trying to do it by transmitting information to each other.
Okay, that's so amazing. That's once say that in a theater is an event. I'm going to watch that event.
Moving on to the next bit of news.
Schools are a kind of organization in which there are interactions and collaborations all the time, not only between teachers and students, but also between parents, committees, unions, and so on.
However, it is very important to consider the context of the school in the way the interactions and collaborations happen in it. Korea is one of the countries with the best education. All its population can write and read, and they study 365 days per year.
This is because of their culture. Koreans don't believe talent is a consideration. It's more like an obligation. They think all the time they study during their lives. It's going to make them better in a future. For them, it's a matter of a short-term unhappiness and happiness of a long-term.
South Korea, where a child's life revolves around education. Regular school is followed in the evening by private school, a double shift of schooling, making them some of the most formidable pupils in the world. 16-year-old Haimin goes to school in Gangnam in Seoul, made famous by the pop star Psy. After school, she leaves with her brother, but far from relaxing at home, she sets off again for her second round of study. Haimin gets home after 11, having spent a mammoth 13 hours in study. It's bed at 2 a.m. and then up again at 6:30 to do it all over again. The result of this non-stop study is children who are fantastic at tests. We set these 15 and 16-year-olds some GCSE maths questions. They did them in half the expected time, with most of them getting full marks.
I like going to school because there are many good friends and good teachers.
Sometimes I'm very tired, like exhausted, but I don't mind because I'm studying now to do what I want to do in future.
A school in Vallecas bid for a new way of teaching more creative and dynamic, in which textbooks and homework have less importance. We connect with Silvia, who has been there.
Hello everyone, here we are with Anthony, a teacher from 5th grade, who is going to explain us the functioning of his classes. Hello Anthony.
Hello, nice to meet you.
What are you doing?
Right now we're doing a group work.
Would you like to tell us about your methodology?
Of course. The majority of students belong to the Gypsy ethnical group, and due to their economical situation, they can't afford to buy textbooks. That's why we have decided to work with them in a different way, through cooperative work. So they learn through the exchange of information between the classmates and the teacher. Also through games, they reinforce teamwork and creativity.
How do you do this exercise? I'm doing
Good morning, we are with Dolores, she is the principal of the school Federico García Lorca. Tell us, how are you embedding ICTs in primary school?
In the school, we use ICTs as a new methodology,
and we try to make the children more independent and capable of solving problems, do their own research, and work collaboratively with their classmates using the new tools.
Do you think students are responding well?
Nowadays, children are more used to new technology, so they learn fast. As using ICTs change the traditional dynamic of the class, children enjoy more and obtain better results.
And how are teachers using ICTs in their classes?
Each class is provided with a computer and a digital blackboard, and also each student has his own iPad. So in class, the teacher makes an open question, and the children do their own research, finding different answers, which will be discussed later in class. And they make a project about the topic.
In your opinion, do all the schools do a correct use of ICTs?
Most schools in our area have a huge amount of money to spend in ICTs, but they don't do a correct use of them because ICTs should be used to change our system, to create a new methodology. But teachers tend to adapt the new technologies to the traditional methodologies, becoming useless and a waste of money. So if we use ICTs as we do in our school, children are more motivated. Teaching is funnier and easier, and children are more motivated to come to school.
Okay, thank you, Dolores. This is all for today, and this is Samantha, informing for Educational Channel. See you next week.
Well, we continue talking about new technologies in education, in particular Twitter, the most famous network among young people. Tell us, Pepe.
Nowadays, Twitter is not only used in social contexts, but also it has an educational sense. Some teachers use it to help students to complete what they learn. Due to with this social network, you can only write 140 characters. Other traditional practices, such as use textbooks or notebooks, become redundant and abandoned with this new way of sharing information in a class.
We have gone outside to know how this practice has spread over students and teachers.
This is Eric from Murcia's University. Today, we are going to verify at street level the real impact of Twitter among students and professors at the education faculty. Hello, what's your name?
My name is David Bote.
Are you teaching here some technicals?
Yes.
In what department?
I'm in the Department of Sociology. I'm teaching Sociology of Education.
Yes. Okay. I'd like to know if you're comfortable with using new technologies in your classes.
Well, I think it's important to integrate new technologies in class and try to avoid lectures all the time. It can become an old-fashioned and redundant practice.
And what do you think about the use of Twitter, specifically in class?
Twitter, I think, is an interesting tool, very useful if we don't overuse it in class.
Okay, thank you. Hello again. I'm with Roberta. She's a student of the primary education degree here in Murcia. Roberta, can I ask you some questions?
Yes, of course.
Do you use Twitter in class?
Yes, I use it. Since I'm a student, teachers introduce new technologies more and more in class, and I think it's very important because it has improved our learning, doing classes more interactive and interesting.
Thank you so much. Now I am with Stacy. She's studying the primary education degree too. Hi Stacy. Can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
Do you use Twitter in class?
Yes, I use it all the time, but in a very careful way because unless the teacher will take my marks or my laptop.
Yeah, but I mean, do you use it as a tool for education?
What?
A tool for your education.
No, not really. I just take notes, but only sometimes.
Okay, thank you, Stacy.
To conclude today's program, let's move on to the most studied and cities in the recent days. What happened in Extremadura and Castilla-La Mancha?
Two opposite sides in the same moment.
Good morning, I'm talking to you from Sagrada Familia School. Here, headmaster and teacher have decided to introduce mobile phone in daily lesson. Let's discover what parents think about this big change in a school. Will it harm your child's academic life? Good morning. What do you think about that?
Well, I really disagree with this innovation. Teacher habits shouldn't change. My son spends so many hours playing with his phone in his house. And imagine if he can also use it in class. it would be a mess.
People refuse to innovation, although this could be better for us. Let's find another opinion. Come on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Excuse me, can I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
Well, thank you. What do you think about using a smartphone in class?
Well, I totally respect this idea, since if experts think that it can be beneficial for our students, why shouldn't we trust on them? In addition, we have to try new methodologies and advance in technology. So it can be very useful for improving the academic achievement of our students. So we should trust on experts and try these things.
Thank you so much. Your opinion is really important for us. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Bye.
Well, you have seen it. It's an evidence of two opposite opinions that this new digital age is causing among population. Despite of the difficulty of changing habits and procedure, there are a lot of people who agree and support this innovation. It's not the case of a school from Castilla-La Mancha that, by the contrary, absolutely forbade the mobile phone on a school context. Two opposite sides in the same moment. Why people refuse to change? It is a big problem. That's all for the moment. Thank you and good morning.
Why people refuse to change? Is it really a big problem? That's all for the moment. Thank you.